How many customers do you want? That's the question that I'm asking myself today, because having specific goals is very important when you're starting a business. What I'm realizing is that at the very beginning, it's hard to know what goals to set, what goals are achievable, just in general creating a strategy from zero. If you're starting a business, if you have an idea for a business, let me know in the comments how many customers you want. Welcome back, my name is Elgin, and I'm documenting my journey in creating my first business. I've been reading this book called The Psychology of Selling by Tracy. It talks about setting sales goals, the number of customers, the number of sales, the amount of revenue. Setting goals is very important. Otherwise, you just flounder. You don't know what success looks like. Something I've been struggling with is this idea of how many customers do I want? I mentioned in the last video that I'm creating a software platform called Tracy. The advantage of software over other business types is that they're scalable. You can have millions of customers versus a physical real-world business. You're limited to the amount that you can actually serve in a full workday. Starting from zero, it's a little complicated because I don't even have my first customer yet. How do I know what is the right number? It seems like the average costs for the services that I'm going to use will end up being around $150 a month for 1,000 users. In one of my other videos, I talked about setting the price floor for my product at $1 for the founder beta. Eventually, I'll have a pro plan, a teams plan, all these different things. But at least starting at $1 is my minimum. That's how I figure out how many customers I want. I have to figure out how much the product costs, how much I want to make, and then do the math to figure out how many customers I want to achieve that. I would like to say I want 100 customers at $1 each. I think that's good enough for a test. It's small enough to be achievable. It's easily quantifiable. I have a few ideas and strategies as far as how I'm going to make that happen. The book next talks about setting specific activities to reach that target. Every conversation I have, every video I post, every social media post I write, every feature I add, or every bug I fix, those are some of the activities that might lead to that goal of getting 100 customers at $1 each. And so that's good for a first goal, but I think if I want to look big picture, how big do I really want this to be? Millions of users using Tracer. If I get to 1 million users, the product won't be $1 a month. I've heard about 1,000 true fans. I guess my first goal here is to find my first 100 true fans. The difficult part with that is if it doesn't work as quickly as I thought, it might be a bit discouraging. I think it's very easy to get discouraged in starting a business. They say something like 90% of businesses fail in the first year. That happens for many reasons. I think the emotional side and the mindset part is probably the largest determining factor. If you're thinking about starting a business, how many customers do you want? What are your goals? What are the activities that you're going to do on a daily and weekly basis to achieve those? Let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe for the next video. See you in the next one.